Welcome back. Before we get to the standings, we'll check out highlights from our match of the week. Saturday evening's final match featured the New York Red Bulls facing the LA Galaxy. The visiting Red Bulls entered the match brimming with confidence, owners of 3 straight shutout victories. With Thierry on form and the recently acquired midfielder Dwayne Rosario assimilating nicely, the Red Bulls had scored 8 goals during the win streak. And with Englishman Luke Rogers continuing to score goals alongside Henry, 18-year-old U.S. international Juan remained a dangerous fixture, coming off Hans Bacca's bench. The New York headman did have a lineup concern, though, as Teemu Tainio was missing in the middle of the field due to a groin injury. The usually attack-minded Mehdi Bellucci filled in for the Finnish midfielder. The Galaxy, meanwhile, lost in Week 7 to FC Dallas, but still entered Week 8 at the top of the Western Conference standings, with 15 points from 9 matches. In their previous 3 home matches on the season, the Galaxy were unbeaten, outscoring opponents 5-1. Sunday's match was emotional for former Red Bull Juan Pablo, who spent 4 years with the New York side, becoming the franchise's all-time leading scorer. Angel, who captained the 2008 Red Bull squad to an MLS Cup final, called the 2011 team probably the best team to ever play in New York. Could Angel and his new teammates Landon, Donovan, David Beckham, and Chad Barrett extend their unbeaten streak at the Home Depot Center? Or would the Red Bulls win their 4th in a row? Glenn Davis and John Harkes had the call from Carson, California.
Galaxy in the white, the New York Red Bulls. The darker blue, LA 4-2-3, number 1 in the West, New York 4-1-2, number 1 in the East, and this just may be the most expensive game in MLS history, and we are underway here at the Home Depot Center. Beckham, oh, what a ball here. He's trying to seek out Landon. Donovan picked it out of the air, but right at Bunakondul.
The run off the ball in behind by Landon. The timing is excellent.
Dane Richards now, the Jamaican, and pushes it into the box. Here's Henry. He's right at Ricketts, and he scored. Thierry Henry, the New York Red Bulls, only 4 minutes in. And they have struck the first blow here at the Home Depot Center.
I don't think this ball was actually played for him, but he was very, very fortunate to continue his run into the 18. The lack of defending, the understanding there. Dane Richards trying to pick a ball out here. Rosario, I think. But what a great finish. Calm, cool, and collective. He turns on him. Sean Franklin tried to cover very late, emergency defending.
Everybody back to defend for New York, including Thierry Henry, who's at the near post. Tons of movement in front of Condul. Angel and Gonzalez was there. Barrett from the save, and somehow pulled into his chest by Bunakondul.
Here it is again, set up by Landon Donovan, back to Barrett. He looks to place this one, but I think at that point you've got to do power. Strike that with power.
Dane Richards on the run with Henry in the middle. Richards, a left wide, save Ricketts. Henry was going to try and score.
Great explosive run through the midfield here. Richards says, why not? A slight deflection there. Ricketts gets his hand on it.
Angel, he's tied it up. No, the offside flag is up. It won't count. Boy, does Juan Pablo Angel need a goal.
We see Landon Donovan, he goes wide and he collects this ball, comes back on his left, and as he does, Angel, it's a good call by the assistant referee. He's just in behind Tim Ream.
Beckham again, as you mentioned before, John, coming deep to play make and hit these longer balls, top of the box! What a chance for Landon Donovan, and he blew it wide.
There it is, the diagonal, it gets in behind him. Great header from Chad Barrett.
Limper. Henry, back to Limper, and he's into the box. This is dangerous. Joel Limper, shot to save Ricketts. Here's LA's chance to tie it up on the stroke of halftime. Beckham gets it into the box, and they score! Getting up high is Landon Donovan.
You just said, do they have enough time to come back? Unmarked, not even challenged. Roy Miller, who's the closest one to him, straight up in the air. Good finish. The game's getting stretched out and a bit sloppy. Look at this play.
Donovan's got an empty net. Can he get it there? Donovan! Cleared by Ream. He didn't put enough pace on it. Tim Ream made a huge play. Barrett shot. Save Condul.
With a ball that gets played through. David Beckham. He's unchallenged in the midfield. Look at that run from Landon. He gets around Condul. Outside of the boot. Does he put enough on it? Is it over the line? Saved by Tim Ream. He just gets there. Wow, that's great effort. Way to follow through as a defender.
Beckham. What a ball from Beckham! Barrett gets a crossover on Hell. He headed it right at Bunacone Duel.
From close range, you think Angel's going to finish from there. It's about 7 yards out.
De Rosario now has found space here on the left side. Franklin in pursuit. Still De Rosario. Still De Rosario. Tries to toe poke it. Let's see. Nope, he's going to clip it into the box. Henry pounds a header wide. Or make that Agudelo.
Slight little chip. De La Garza just losing his man, and Agudelo, we've seen him put the ball in the back of the net.
And this is Beckham territory. He will try it. Beckham safe Duel. Big run here from Soli. Top of the box is Richards. Richards right-footed shot off the post. David Richards hit the post. That'll do it. Share of the spoils here on an entertaining night of soccer at the Home Depot Center. 4th minute goal from Thierry Henry. David Beckham very evident in this one tonight. Landon Donovan in the 41st for the LA Galaxy.
It's a very intense game. It's a very good game. It should probably ended up 3-3 with all the chances from both sides.
Candidly, for all the talk we've heard about their defense, I thought we broke them down quite a few times, especially in the first half.
I thought it was a good game. Both teams had chances to win it. I think it was well played and probably a fair result.
It was an open game. It was a good game of soccer tonight, I think, from both teams. And probably in the end, 1-1 was the right result.
Another exciting week in MLS action saw the Eastern Conference tighten up as Toronto and DC all pick up points. New York still kept a lock on the top spot with a tie as Philadelphia fell at Dwayne. Columbus remained winless against the Sounders and Houston dropped to Toronto. In the West, Portland is making a strong case as expansion team contenders, while RSL has the unenviable task of replacing Javier Morales. A bye week didn't do any favors for San Jose as they remain at the bottom, 2 points behind a slumping Vancouver. LA didn't win against the Red Bulls, but an open game showed attractive play at the top. Charlie Davies brought his Golden Boot lead to 2 goals with a goal against the Sounders, but Thierry Henry, Landon Donovan, and Emilio Renteria all banked goals to bring their totals to 4. Next week, there are 3 nationally televised games as RSL look to get back to their scoring ways against Houston. But to pull out a win, they'll have to stop assist leader Brad Davis Saturday at 9 p.m. on Fox Soccer. Later that night, the Cascadia rivalry kicks off as Portland and the Timbers Army travel to the Emerald City and hope to silence Quest Field. The match is live on ESPN2 at 11 p.m. Then on Sunday night at 7, the Goats take on the Bulls as New York returns home to face Chivas USA on Galavision. The rest of the schedule starts with a packed Wednesday night as LA takes on the Union, Toronto travels to Dallas, and San Jose hope to get out of the basement against Vancouver. Saturday sees Red versus Red as Chicago heads to Toronto. DC looks to continue their upswing against the defending champs. And halfway through their opening road trip, Kansas City takes on LA. That's all we have for Week 8 of the MLS Review Show. Thanks for joining us, and remember to visit MLSsoccer.com for full coverage of all the news in Major League Soccer.